Aya Wilson is keeping the drama alive on social media when she could easily step back and let things cool down. Instead of letting her accomplishments speak for themselves, she continues to stir the pot. Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, has had an amazing season, breaking over 64 records as a rookie and gaining a lot of attention with her performances, endorsements, and accolades. But despite all this, there's still this ongoing question: what about Aya Wilson? It feels like some people are trying to create an unnecessary rivalry between the two, diminishing Clark's success and bringing down the excitement around her achievements. Aya doesn't need to defend herself or Clark. Instead, she's using social media to keep the tension alive, adding more drama instead of letting it fade away. Aya Wilson has been the face of the WNBA for a while, but now Caitlin Clark is gaining attention, and some fans don't like it. Aya could easily put an end to this by simply posting a message or tweet saying there's no rivalry, just mutual respect. A simple statement could clear the air. But instead, she seems to be keeping the focus on herself, contributing to the drama and controversy. One example of this is when basketball legend Rebecca Lobo made a casual comment about Aya Wilson's MVP chances, suggesting she might get unanimous support if she kept performing well. It was a harmless observation. But iOS fans blew it up, turning a simple remark into an all-out controversy. Did you hear about the latest drama? Aya Wilson's friend attacked Caitlin Clark online after Clark was named Time's Athlete of the Year. But this isn't just about one award, it's much bigger. We're diving into the explosive conflict that's dividing the WNBA. From hidden social media campaigns to accusations of racism, this story is shaking things up in women's basketball. Caitlin Clark had an incredible college season, leading the NCAA in scoring with 27 points per game and winning the Naismith College Player of the Year award. She became a household name, with fans loving her electrifying play. But when Time magazine named her their Athlete of the Year, not everyone was celebrating. Aya Wilson's camp quickly made their disapproval known, claiming Clark didn't deserve the award. This sparked backlash, with even WNBA legend Cheryl Swoops and Washington Mystics owner Sheila Johnson joining the conversation. The criticism seemed to overlook Clark's significant role in growing the game and the impact she's had on women's basketball. Things took an even more uncomfortable turn when racial tensions surfaced. Some people suggested that Clark only won because she's white, implying her accomplishments were being overshadowed. This added fuel to the fire, as if her achievements were being downplayed because of her race. The drama didn't stop there. A close friend of Aya Wilson, Dolores Jordan, posted on Twitter, claiming Clark won the award because of her race, not merit. This comment stirred up even more backlash, with many people agreeing that Wilson should have won instead. But here's the thing, Caitlin Clark has had a far bigger impact on the league than Aya Wilson this season. Clark's talent is extraordinary, her no-look passes and long-range shots are jaw-dropping. She's broken 64 records and even holds the single-season assist record. To say she didn't deserve this win? That's just not true. This Time magazine award was a well-earned recognition of her remarkable season. The drama surrounding Caitlin Clark and Aya Wilson is far from over. As Clark's rise to stardom continues, it's clashing with the WNBA's older stars, and things are getting messier by the day. Aya Wilson, whether
And then, next thing, as soon as Caitlin Clark's Nike deal gets announced, and that she's getting a signature shoe, Aya Wilson goes on Twitter and goes on an entire, 4 or 5 tweet rant about how she'll never get the recognition that she deserves.
She claimed that no matter what she did, she'd never get the recognition Clark was receiving, even suggesting that Clark's success was based on race. Wilson tweeted that Clark's popularity was all about her being white, which left many fans scratching their heads. But here's the twist, Aya Wilson already has her own signature shoe. She's had the kind of deal that most players only dream about. So, why was she so upset about Clark's success? Fans quickly began to call her out for being envious, ungrateful, and petty. It almost felt like she was making things harder for Clark. As if things couldn't get more complicated, Wilson's sponsors have stayed silent. Nike, in particular, made a surprising move. They halted production of Clark's signature shoe altogether.
She already knows, I've got my signature shoe coming, but I'm gonna go.
Since she turned pro. And despite the shoe being part of her agreement, it may not be released until 2026. The company reportedly wants to prioritize Aya Wilson and is concerned about the optics of releasing a shoe for a rookie before a star player like Wilson, who's won the MVP 3 times. When it comes to marketability, Caitlin Clark is clearly ahead. Her star power, both on and off the court, has turned her into a household name, while Wilson, despite her incredible talent, hasn't captured the same level of public attention. If Caitlin Clark and Aya Wilson dropped shoes at the same time, it's safe to say
Nike hasn't produced one ad or commercial featuring Clark since she turned pro, and despite a signature shoe being part of Nike's agreement with Clark, it may not be released until 2026, according to sports business reporter Ethan Strauss. He reports Nike wants to prioritize A'ja Wilson, and it fears the optics of giving a rookie a signature shoe before an already established star who just won league MVP for the third.
athletes. So, it left a lot of people wondering, how can a top professional athlete like Wilson feel scared of kids? The Indiana Fever's arena, where the rivalry unfolded, is usually filled with families and younger fans, not exactly a hostile crowd. Most of the people there are parents who are just happy their kids are.
We have talked about this multiple times on my channel. Is A'ja Wilson currently the best player in the WNBA? Yes. Is Caitlin Clark currently the face of the WNBA? Yes. Do I think if A'ja Wilson dropped a shoe and Caitlin Clark dropped a shoe today at the very same time, that Caitlin Clark would outsell A'ja's shoe by 100 times? Yes, I think that would be the case.
Now, there's a bigger question. How much are the media fueling the drama? While heated rivalries and headlines do bring attention, do they help or hurt the growth of the WNBA? Drama can boost ratings, but it could also hurt the sport in the long run. So, what do you think? Is this rivalry helping women's basketball grow, or is it causing more harm than good? The drama between Caitlin Clark and Aya Wilson is just getting started. As Clark's career skyrockets, it's beginning to clash with the WNBA's veterans, and things are getting more complicated. It's clear that Aya Wilson has been throwing shade at Clark, whether intentionally or not, making it
She's every single person in WNBA media. A lot of people aren't even congratulating Caitlin Clark. Like, you're seeing why is it not A'ja?
deal. When that news dropped, Aya Wilson's reaction was far from supportive. Instead of celebrating the success of a fellow player, she went on a series of Twitter rants, claiming that no matter what she does, she'll never get the same recognition as Clark. Even more shockingly, she suggested that Clark's success was solely based on her race, implying that her white background was the reason she got the deal.